Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is our regular UFC preview that we do for every big UFC event. Right now we're going to take a look at UFC 153, and we are joined once again by Nick Kalikas, MMA oddsmaker and consultant for DSI Sportsbook, and also Adam Martin, an MMA writer for thescore.com. Thanks, guys, for being here.
Thanks for having me back.
Adam, thanks for being here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, let's just start with Bonnar and Anderson Silva, right? I mean, you know, I don't know. Bonnar's kind of tough, right? He cuts easily, but he's got the heart of a champion or whatever. Anderson Silva's minus 12.50, which means you have to lay $12.50 to win $1, which might actually still be a good bet. Let's start with Nick Kalikas. What kind of action have you gotten on this bet?
Not a terrible amount of action either way. They're pretty even, actually, because, you know, plus money with a dog that huge, especially with the name of Stephan Bonnar, people are going to come in that way.
They are.
And then it's hard to really lay the amount straight, you know what I mean, at 12.50 or above. You never know. It's an MMA fight. So I think, obviously, the fans out there realize that Anderson Silva is a dominant fighter, and he should have his way with Stephan Bonnar. We have to keep the line up high, and you're probably going to see it creep up a little bit more when parlays open up in most places.
My guess is that you'd see bets on Anderson Silva in parlays, and then on, like, you know, knockouts, you know, first round knockouts, second round,
yeah,
props.
Definitely. That's the only way you can really bet him if you're going to touch him that way. And Stephan, you can obviously bet straight, and, you know, bet by decision, bet by sub, different ways to bet Stephan too. But it's, you know, another gimmick fight. You know, we talked about it before in John Jones' last fight with Peter Belfort. This is almost the same thing here.
Right. So has there anyone who's made like a limit bet on Anderson Silva, just betting the limit?
I don't believe so. You know, I mean, it's. I didn't get all the information yet as far as what they're doing. I will here shortly. I'll know a little bit more. But from what I heard so far, most places are just getting two-way action, a little bit each way, but nothing huge.
All right, Adam Martin from The Score. These odds say Anderson Silva has about a 90% chance of winning this fight. Do you think Bonnar actually has a 10% chance of winning?
Not even. I don't give him a chance at all. You know, this is a complete mismatch, like Nick was saying, just like the Vitor Belfort versus John Jones fight. I don't think Stephan Bonnar has a prayer of winning this fight. Anderson Silva is going to, you know, wreck him. I think the only question is, you know, if Bonnar can last 3 rounds. You know, at first I thought he might be able to, man. He's a really tough guy. He's only been stopped by cuts in his career, but I just think Anderson Silva, with his precision striking against Bonnar, who's a really slow guy, in front of his fans in Brazil, I think Anderson Silva is going to TKO him. So it's just, I think with this fight, you know, to bet straight on Anderson obviously is going to be too costly. So I think he's a very safe play in a parlay, and I'd look for the inside the distance bet as well on him.
Yeah, I guess. Nick, what kind of odds are you going to get on inside distance? That's pretty much going to be the same as the odds on Silva, right?
Well, it's a little bit lower by TKO right now. It's like 725, but it's going to be steep up there too. So, I mean, we're going to see more action, I think, on that line because you're getting a bargain, I guess. I mean, I don't know if any time 8-1 favorite's a bargain, but when you're talking about anybody, Anderson Silva could be a bargain at 8-1, so somewhere around there. It's going to be expensive, though.
I mean, Bonnar's never been knocked out, though. That doesn't matter to you, Adam?
You know what? Chael Sonnen was never knocked out either, and Anderson took care of him pretty quickly. So, I mean, you know, Bonnar's a tough guy, but like I said, man, he's too slow. He's going to get eaten alive by Anderson's jabs, and he's going to go down. It's going to be like the Griffin fight, probably, something like that.
Yeah. All right.
Well, you mentioned cuts too. I mean, we could very well see Stephan Bonnar get, you know, just beat up, cut up. He is a tough guy, so it's going to be hard for him to knock him out straight, I think. But he could cut him up, or, you know, like Adam said, though, he knocked out Sonnen, so I think he can knock him out too. But the cuts scare me a lot, man. He does tend to cut up, and it's never going to improve. It's going to get worse. So.
All right. You know, this is what I thought we were going to say. I'm convinced. I'm going to go all in on Silva inside the distance, and if it loses. Nice knowing you guys.
Well, if it loses, I mean, everybody will be in shock. You know, our jaws will be on the floor. So
I'm all in. Silva inside the distance. All right, let's move on.